Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a special paint mixing video that I want to play. I am going to attempt to make holographic watercolor paint. So holographic glitter. So I'm starting with a mica called Phyllis Diller, which is a white mica, but it's already has some uh, glimmer, some sheen to it, very fine glitter. And I'm going to mix it with Nina Simone glitter. And that's both of these micas are from MadMicas, and you can see that I am sprinkling some in with a dry powder uh, for Phyllis Diller, and I didn't add a lot of glitter right now. I'm going to add it in several, um, several takes. Uh, so that I can get the effect that I'm looking for. I've been experimenting with trying to make a good glitter watercolor. And it's not that easy because, glitter doesn't flow together the way, say, other pigments do or micas do. They don't bond. They just kind of sit on the surface of the liquid once I add my binder, and you see that when you try and paint. If you try and make your own glitter without any kind of base underneath it, you'll see that it's transparent in between each particle because the particles are large. And even if you, and this is fine glitter, so even if you ground it down more, there's still going to be a separation in between all the particles. It's still going to be transparent. So you need some kind of base. So I figured, let me try this white base. I know that it already has a sheen to it, uh, and I'll slowly add binder. I'm making it very thick right now. You see how it is. It's the consistency. I'm getting to the consistency that I want, but I don't have enough glitter to it. So every time I add more glitter, the paint is going to be chunkier and thicker. And you'll see when I mix in this new batch of glitter into it, it'll get very crumbly. It's almost like uh, cookie dough. That's how crumbly it gets. So I need to add more binder to it. So a little bit at a time. So the process that I'm doing is uh, I'm adding glitter to it in small batches, then mixing it in with what I already have down on my glass plate, and you see how thick it is now. And then I start the process over again. So here I'm adding a little bit more liquid because I'm trying to get back to that kind of toothpaste consistency. I don't want to add any more glitter until I reach that consistency. So here I am testing. I see that it does have the consistency, but I guess I wanted it a little bit more at this point, a little bit more fluid. So I'm at a good point here. I'm going to add another batch of the glitter. And this is really fine glitter. And when I say fine, I don't mean it's fine. It's great. It is great, but I mean, it's very finely ground. This is my favorite glitter of all the micas and glitters that I have used in my art career. This one here is my absolute favorite. It's magical. I've used it mixed with some of my resin work, and I call it my invisible magic because every time I would do a piece of resin art and then shine a hot light on it or spotlight on it or something, that's when you would see the magic that comes from this glitter. But this one I wanted a little bit more or more pronounced, less less subtle. You can already start to see that there is a rainbow effect starting to show on my palette knife. So I'm getting to the point that I want to get to. but it's very chunky. It's still very, very thick. I don't want it that thick. I need it to get to that softer toothpaste like consistency, so that when I drop it and I pour it out, I see that there's at least enough moisture in the mixture that I'll be able to add more uh, glitter to it without it completely falling apart. And at this point, I've reached now a level where I'm really satisfied, so I want to add the bulk, uh, the balance of my glitter to it. And you can see it's a lot. It's a lot compared to the mica that I had put down. And as I'm mixing, and it is crumbling again, which is fine. I was expecting that. I knew it would get dry because there's more pigment than there is liquid binder. But you can see already on the glass plate, there is the holographic shine I've been looking for. I've been trying to achieve. So I'm adding binder slowly, a little at a time, as I'm mixing. Uh, Keep in mind, this is a very small batch. It's not like I'm doing an entire glass plate full. This is going to end up being about 15 grams worth, which is a lot for one single portion, but it's still a small batch. So now I'm adding more binder to it to make it smoother, to get it back to that consistency. Because once I reach that consistency, I'm going to be happy. So as I am mixing, I'm folding it in, and I'm looking at the particles here, and I'm seeing the sheen, I'm seeing the shine, but it's still too uh, thick and chunky, I think, but it might be just good enough. I had a hair there I had to remove. Yeah, my hair gets everywhere sometimes. So yeah, I just needed a little bit more, excuse me, a little bit more of the binder to get it just liquid enough. It's a good paste at this point, and that's really what I'm shooting for. So now I'm going to get this is a 15 milligram container. It's a cosmetic container, and I'll put the links to everything that I use down below in the description. But if you can see, I don't know how well it's going to come across on the screen once I'm done editing this video. But if you look closely, you could see the rainbow effects of the glitter. It's more holographic than it is just rainbow. It's not just individually colored glitter. It's actually making a hologram effect, which was what I've been shooting for. And I achieved it. And I'm now I'm finishing putting it in the pan, and I'm going to give it a day, and then I'm going to swatch it. And I want to swatch it out in the sunlight so that we can really see how the sheen comes up. So this is the next day. I'm sorry for the hard shadows. I'm literally standing underneath the sun, and the sun keeps getting clouded over. So it might be hard. And I'm holding the camera with one hand, and in the other hand, I'm trying to brush this onto the little swatch, but it's moving everywhere and it's driving me crazy. I had already made a swatch. I thought I had been filming it, and I made a swatch already, which came out perfect, only to realize that I didn't film it. Oh my gosh, I felt so dumb, so I had to refilm it. But as you can see, the experiment worked, and I have this beautiful holographic watercolor paint. And although it might look like it's not covering, it would probably, no, it would definitely look better on black paper than on the white paper. It would pop more, but you could still see the rainbow sheen on this. And I wanted it to be a little bit more fluid, so I just tapped uh, my brush into a little bit of water, and I'm picking up some more glitter, and I realized, oh man, no, that was a lot, because now it's flowing in the water that I had put down again. And now you can see the coverage, and the sun keeps popping in and out from behind this cloud, and I keep losing my light, and I'm getting so frustrated. But here you can still see the rainbow. It really is spectacular. This mica is just so magical when you see it in person. So here it is in the sunlight, and although it looks silver on screen right now, when you see it up close, you see the multicolor glitter. You see the particles. You see that hologram sheen that I've been trying to get. And that other swatch that you're seeing here, that's the first one that I made that I was so happy with and did not film as I was swatching. I felt so dumb. But I'm happy I was able to still have enough sunlight that I could make a second swatch, and I wanted to show you both. I'm really happy with how this came out. This has been my goal for a long time, and it's due to the great glitter from MadMicas. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you did like this video. Have a great day and keep creating.